Good morning, guys. Happy Labor Day. Woo! How are we all laboring today? I know some of us have to work. I don't, but to those of you that do, sorry. And I'm sure you're getting that holiday pay, right? Yes, yes. So my work will be, I'm gonna hit the gym today, back and buys. Woo! Yes, that's how I'll be laboring. Yeah, so the running season is upon most of us. Fall is usually prime time for either training, races, I guess depending on where you live. I myself have done so many races. I've got one full marathon under my belt and a bunch of halves, 10Ks, 5Ks, the whole shebang. And I'm seeing a lot of posts and questions about people who are trying to either get their pace time down, how to build up that distance, race day routine. All great questions, guys, great questions. So the one that I see the most of is the speed, the pace. So I'm just gonna share with you real quick what I did when I was prepping for my first, not my first half, but my first half where I was trying to PR. I did it in, I think, $1:57. So I did it in under 2 hours. That's all I wanted to do. I was so excited, and I had a 3-minute cushion. So I was like, woo! Yeah, so the last mile I was kind of just able to coast. But prepping for that, I did a lot of mixed workouts. Obviously, I did my long training runs. I did one long run a week. Usually it was Saturday or Sundays when I didn't have to be at work and I had that extra day to recover. And I peaked, my long run for the half, I peaked I think at like 10 miles, maybe 11 for my training run. So for that, I just made sure that I ate right, I was hydrated, and by eating right, I mean I had carbs. I had the good carbs. I'm a fan of eating like homemade pizza. That works for me without the sauce. For some reason, the sauce kind of upsets my belly, so I stayed away from the pasta, but yeah, definitely the pizza. And Gatorade. I switched to Gatorade just because I was running so long, and I was training in Virginia Beach where it was humid, so it's very important that you hydrate properly, especially in the humidity. Make sure you're getting your electrolytes in. So that's how I did the distance part. For the speed, to get my pace down and make sure I hit my PR, I did a lot of hills and sprints. So I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Virginia Beach, but there is a beautiful park down there called Mount Trashmore. Yes, Trashmore. It was a landfill. They turned it into a park. It's gorgeous. So there's this big mountain there, and it's got there's staircases on like I think 3 sides of it, maybe 2. And I would go there and I would run the stairs, walk back down the hill, and then sprint. The sprint was probably maybe 50 yards, maybe, not really sure, maybe 50 yards. And then I would walk back to the stairs and run up, and I did that 10 sets. So that was my workout for that day, the sprinting and the endurance. That's going to help get your pace time down, because what you're doing is that you're adding resistance to your run, so your body is getting in shape for the resistance, so that when you're running on a flat course, it's that much easier because your endurance is up and you're able to basically coast on a flat surface. So I really encourage doing hills, sprints. Trails are amazing for that because they're like up and down and windy. That is a whole thing in itself. When I was training for Pittsburgh, I lived in Virginia Beach also, so that was tough because Pittsburgh's very not flat, very mountainous and hilly. Virginia Beach is like, so I did. I got creative and I did parking garages. Yes, I made friends with the parking attendants down on the oceanfront, and I would run up and down parking garages. It was, I think, 4 levels maybe. Yep. I ran up the ramps and then walked down the stairs and ran up the ramp. I did that 5 or 6 times to get that endurance and that the hills. So that's another way. You got to get creative sometimes, and I got creative. So make nice with the people in your community, and they'll work with you. Yes. So Very important to get the endurance up. Also, if you're doing speed, you want to do shorter distances but faster to build that up. There's a very, very, very small percentage of the running community that can hold a 5-minute pace for long distances. Very small. There's a reason why they're called the elites, guys. There's a reason. It's just all about what your goal is. If your goal is just to finish the race, then just go out there and have fun. Properly train, but just go out there and have fun. If you're not worried about your pace time or PRing or whatever, just go out there and have fun. That was my attitude for Pittsburgh, because that was my first goal. I'm like, I just want to finish and finish upright. And I did. I mean, I made sure I was conditioned, but I knew I wasn't going to go out there and do it in, 2-3 hours, because this was my first full marathon, and this was a tough marathon. This was like, do Pittsburgh, y'all. They have a half marathon and a 5K also, but do it, because it's an amazing race. So yeah, if you're just out there to have fun and just to finish it, then just finish it, but if you're working towards a PR and you want to get your endurance up and your pace time down, then you kind of have to shift your mentality and shift your training plan. Like when I did my first half, that one was just for fun, just to see if I could do it. That was my first race ever, y'all. I didn't start with a 5K. Oh no, I went right for the big boy. I went right for that half, because I'm like, go big or go home. So yeah, I had fun. And by the time I did I think it was my second half, the Shamrock, I had knocked 45 minutes off of my my time, because I shifted my goals. I said, okay, now I want to see if I can PR. Now I want to see if I can do it under 2 hours, and I did. So endurance training, speed training, hydration, nutrition, they all come into play here when you're doing a long race, okay? So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have about running, just what I've done, which has worked for me. I have a couple of races coming up next year that I'm prepping for. I want to do the Martha's Vineyard half. I'm so excited, because Jaws is like one of my favorite movies, and Martha's Vineyard has been on my bucket list to see, and I just found out they do a race there. Who knew? Not me. So I'm so excited to do that one. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go hit the gym, get some cross training in, some lifting. Yes, also important. That's a video for another day. But happy Labor Day, guys. If you're working, enjoy it. Hopefully you'll get out in time to eat some barbecue. And if you're not working, be safe, y'all. Be safe and have fun. Eat some good food. All right. Bye, guys.